cozy. You want nice. Go pet a cat, you gremlin. This is Ink's house.
He boots up the game with a snarl and a sip. Drops in a favor with a villainous quip. Rants like thunder, laughs like sin. He's a grumpy old man, you're glad lets you in. Grumble and grind, cuss and rewind. Ink's gonna roast you, leave you behind. From horror to speed runs, it's chaos and flair. But damned if you don't feel safer in there.
Yay!
He'll teach you the tools, call out your bluff. He's rough around edges, but that's real enough. Stream about wizard, Ophia's king. Drops truth like an animal with a dragon's wing. Grumble and grind, cuss and remind. Ink's seen the trolls and left them confined. He's the beard, the myth, the swearing sage. Welcome to Ink's unruly stage. Ain't no gimmick, ain't no mask, just a man with fire and a flask.
Yay!
If you're soft, then mind the door. But if you're real, well, that's what we're here for. Grumble and grind, chaos design. Grab your gear, leave manners behind. Old, bold, and streaming gold. Beard and ink never does what he's told. Let's get this bloody show started.
Dooby-dooby-doo. Welcome in. Welcome in. What is today? Fucking Sunday? How's your Sunday? How's everybody? Amber, congrats on first. Raven is third. Cav is third. Or I'm sorry, second. Kathy's third. I'll get numbers right eventually. You know. But I hope everybody's doing well. I haven't been to bed yet. Don't be mad at me. Hi, Thor.
Oh! Oh, hello.
Ugh. I'm okay. I'm feeling better. Just haven't slept. So I'll probably do a short one today, but that's okay. Better than none at all, you know? Yeah. But yeah. No, we're doing all right. Still got the cough, you know. I think that's going to be around for a while. Obviously, as it usually is. We'll sleep when we're dead. Yeah, that's typically how it works. Insomnia's a bitch. You know? But we vibe. We vibe. We do the things. So I just know I got a busy day tomorrow. Yeah. Got a lot to do. I gotta clean. I gotta do dishes and laundry and sheet laundry and shit like that. Ugh. I literally thought about hiring a maid service, but I feel weird about doing that. I feel like I would have to clean my house before they got here to clean my house. Which kind of defeats the purpose, right? So, figure if I'm gonna do it, might as well do it myself. Team Western, how are you? Welcome in. Good to see you as well. Wow. Yeah. But you know we do, every Sunday we do the thing, the old Tavern Talk, a little podcast there, answering stream-related questions, so if you have any, don't be afraid to ask them. Exclamation point ask, followed by your question, get them into the queue, and we'll go from there.
Three things: I hit you, you hit the pavement, I jerk off on your driver's side door handle.
Eating burb high? You should probably just try to eat food. Probably be better. Sorry you haven't been around for a while. No worries, dude. Everybody has a life to live, you know? You're here now, and that's all that matters. Hi, Ravenous.
Dinosaur.
We got this out of our systems last night. Tisk, tisk. Tisk, tisk. Try something. And 95. Okay. Try that. No, you went to bed? Well, good. Go back to bed then. You don't spend money on me when you're sleeping. You know? I mean, we're just going to be straight up about it. I'm trying to get everything situated here in the Tavern Talk Discord channel so I can see the questions, because I don't always catch all the wording when they show up and are talked on stream. But yeah, we just vibing today. Might have a couple of little things to work on. I don't know what though. Nothing major. I have a lot of coding to do tomorrow, so I don't want to do a whole lot of coding today, because you know how it goes. And I'm sure we'll end up coding anyway. Let's see what's on the list. Oh, let me do this so Ravenous will quit bitching. Hold on. Hello? Fucking load? Goddamn. What? That's not what I wanted. No. No, I do not. Okay. Okay. Oh. We have a blue flame. Here it is.
Time for a little drinking pool. Cheers, genitals.
There, that's one thing done. Okay. How are you, Wizard? Good to see you. Thank you for paying your cover charge and for making Flynn blue. Excuse me. I did that actually. Never mind. Okay. The rest of these are like really old. Really old. You're in a really weird place, but you guess you're good? Are you in a chocolate factory that's on fire and it's kind of melting and you're swimming in a sea of chocolate, but you don't know whether to panic or just enjoy it? That would be a weird place. Also, it'd be kind of weird to be locked into a mall that was shut down 20 years ago, but you can't get out. That would be a weird place. Or a Barbie doll factory. That would be a weird place. You think the metaphor is there? Oh, well, I tried. I tried. Well, I don't know what to do today. I feel weird. Like, I know I'm sleepy. I know I'm tired because I haven't been to bed, blah, blah, blah. But I feel I'm like, it almost feels like I have medicine head. You know, that weird kind of feeling you get when you have like too much medicine or whatever. It's kind of how I feel, but I haven't taken any medicine, so it's not that. It's just, I don't know, probably sleep deprivation is probably the key. It's probably what it is. But that's okay. I should probably eat something else today too. I did eat, but it was like 12 hours ago, so before I thought I was actually going to go to sleep. I didn't. I just laid in bed and stared at the ceiling, and then the wall, and then the ceiling again, and then the other wall, and then the ceiling again. I did that for about 9 hours. You just mellow. Maybe they weren't as potent as you're used to. And you're just kind of riding the wave. I don't know. Mushrooms never did anything to me. Ever. Anything. But, to be fair, I did so much fucking acid that it would probably take a truckload of mushrooms to even tip the scales so that I would even feel it. Well, you know, what are you gonna do? I don't know. They might now. I haven't done any kind of drug other than ibuprofen and Sudafed for like, fuck, how long has it been? That would have been 09. So, yeah. Since 09. So I haven't done anything since we've turned double digits in the 20s. Yeah. So they might. Well, surroundings, current mood, even the current environment, you know, can all play a part in that, whether you can control it or not, you know what I mean? So I was always the trip master when we did anything. We always controlled everything. The environment, who was there, how much, dosing, times, kept everybody up. We didn't let anybody spiral, talk them out of a bad trip, get them back on the good side, you know, that kind of thing. So I know how to control a trip, but sometimes it's just, you know, wasn't something you were planning or looking forward to, so you didn't have the time to mentally build up for that. Woohoo! Let's go. You know. And yeah, so, you know, there's a lot that go into it, but as long as you don't let yourself spiral, that's okay. You can just enjoy being mellow, which I've done many, many times. Bad trips are your best memories, then you didn't have a bad trip. Sorry, not to bust your bubble, but bad trips are horrible. Horrible. They can lead to suicide, panic, nightmare. It can get ugly. And it can get ugly fast. So make sure you take care of yourself, kids. Alright. Don't make me come hunt you down, smack the taste out of your mouth, because I fucking will. Yeah, I wish it was that easy. Wish it was that easy. That's one of the reasons I stopped doing them outside. I used to have like a little cabin in the woods type of setup. We do bonfires and shit, but the woods can be a scary place, and if somebody gets scared, and it's in their head that they are terrified, it can turn bad quick, and that's not something I want to deal with. So we started just doing them in the house. Back up at Crown Vic. Why are you tripping in a taxi? There were a couple we did at Denny's, but that's just because we kind of ended up there because we were hungry. You know, 6 hours into a 14 to 16 hour trip, that's perfectly normal and fine. I'm sure they didn't notice a thing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had a buddy of mine that was being chased by a little miniature dragon who was trying to burn his face off. That one took me about 45 minutes to talk him back up and out of it. It was fucking crazy. And not like a fun dragon, like, ooh, there's a dragon trying to burn my face. And I was like, he thought he was gonna die. It was crazy. Fancy taxi with pretty blue lights and a meat cage to keep you safe. Yeah, those are the good kind. They're very limited in their destinations, though. Yeah. Is autocorrect ever your friend? I need autocorrect for my fucking mouth. You sure you want to say that? Man, I found this account. Was it yesterday? Day before? I don't know. And it's like the guy works at a grocery store in like a really bad area because they have like the bulletproof glass around the register and shit. But all of his videos are like him treating the customers the way the customers treat him. Like they'll just throw the shit on the counter, so he'll fucking throw the change on the counter, and you know, guy come up with wadded bills, so his change, and he fucking sat there and wadded it up back and before he gave it back to him and shit. And I was like, dude, do not fucking tempt me, bro. You've seen the hacky sack gnome? You are the hacky sack gnome. I'm learning to read typo. Yeah, I'm well versed in typo. Yeah. It's a great account. I wish I knew the name of it, but I don't, and I forgot to follow it, so I'm gonna have to go back through like my search history and find another one. But I was like, everything in his videos I've had done to me, and I'm just like, the one thing I hate, like, well, crumpled bills, and then when they hand you these bills and they're like every single fucking direction possible, and some that you didn't even know were possible, and you got to sit there and try to organize. My money has to be organized. It's an OCD thing. It has to be. And it drives me nuts. But what I fucking hate is like they come up with their shit or whatever, and they scan everything, you know, do. And then they're holding the money, and I hold my hand out, and then they bypass my hand and put the money on the counter. Dude, I will smack the fuck out of you. So I started doing that. And then they always put their hand out like they expect their change. And I always just put it on the fucking counter. Yeah, when I'm doing my manager stuff in the morning and I gotta count all the money from the day before and the ATM and all that, it takes me probably about 30 to 45 minutes longer than my boss. Even though I count money a little bit faster than her, but I have to go through and make sure that every bill is perfect, straight, corners aren't bent, they're facing the same direction, they're in numerical order, and then I can count it. I fold it like origami. Dollar mushroom. A goose. Yeah. They don't like it when you fold their little Debbie snack cakes like origami, though. They get mad, and you're like, "Whoa, what? What the fuck?" Yeah, Wizard. I don't know, and my employees fucking do that too, and I'm just like, how do you sleep at night? I mean, I don't, but I mean, you know, like, Jesus, I mean, that is like a sure sign of a sociopath. It has to be. Like, you can just take bills and just not even look at them and just put them in and crumpled and folded and upside down, backwards, inside out. What the fuck? Don't be gross with your money. Money's already gross enough. Like, don't make it worse. You know? But you know what? I honestly would rather have origami money or crumpled money or upside down and inside out money than tip money. And if you've ever worked retail and run a register, you know exactly what the fuck tip money is. And I swear to God, ladies, that is not a fucking pocket, and if you're gonna treat it as such, don't put your fucking money in it. Nasty ass, sweaty ass tip, fucking drip stained fucking money, and you trying to hand it to me? Fuck you, put that shit on the counter. Dude, I would rather take blood money than fucking tip money. That shit is disgusting. You gotta go digging in your fucking tit and you're pulling out these soaking wet fucking sweat stained bills. Get the fuck out of my store. I had one lady one time did that, and I told her I wasn't gonna take it, and she got extremely pissed off. Yeah. I'm like, it is soaking fucking wet and you pulled it out of your tits. I'm not taking it. And my manager made me take it at the time. This wasn't where I'm working now. This is a long time ago. But I happen to know where she worked, and she also worked at a retail environment. I was like, okay. So I waited about a week or so, maybe two. I went out that day, worked on the truck. It was hot too, like Texas summer heat, like 115 degrees, 116 degrees, something like that. Fucking worked on the truck in a onesie, fucking, you know, coveralls. I went around the house, cleaned the house, did the, the dishes and stuff like that. I went out in town, filled up the truck, washed the truck. I was doing all kinds of my normal shit. And then I went to her place of business, and thank God she was working there that day. And I went in and I had my overalls off of my arms. So it was like, the arms were like tied around my waist like a belt. And I go pick a few things off the shelves, a couple of things of water, some other snacks and stuff. And I get up to the counter. She tells me the total, and I fucking reach right down into my fucking crotch, pull out these sweaty ass nasty bills and throw them on the fucking counter. Take my nut money, bitch. And she tried to get all indignant with me. That's disgusting, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it fucking is, isn't it? You want to put your fucking phone in your tit? I don't give a shit. Whatever. Your credit card that I don't ever have to touch? Fine. But don't put things in there that you're going to hand to other people. It's fucking disgusting. Don't be fucking disgusting. It's gross. Have I ever tried unfolding $35 or $36 $100 paper cranes? I can not say that I have done 36. I've done a few. The cranes are not that bad. It's when they do them in like rings or tight rolled roses. I fucking hate those, dude. They never go flat after that. Excuse me. Ugh. What are we gonna do today? What have y'all been doing today? It's late. I got a little bit of a late start, but what are we gonna do? I want to make something. I don't know what I want to make though. You know?
Hi, how are you?
Sweet. How are you, my friend? You've been listening to some fucking 2-hour long video about audio. I bet it's fucking interesting as shit. Super long, but ultra informative, and you're probably learning a lot. Good. Yeah, that tutorial is not for the faint of heart. But if you want audio, I give you fucking audio. You're in that blank screen phase. Yeah, I'm not, I mean, for me, honestly, all the shit that we have on the screen, you know, the movie posters, the first in chats, Flynn down there, the fucking Q thing, I mean, that's a lot for me. Like, I'm very minimalistic when it comes to my streams, and I think I have too much going on. But I know I don't have near as much as a lot of other streamers, you know, and it's like I want to do little things, little cool things, little redeems, or little, you know, commands. That's the word I was looking for. But then I'm like, does it have to be like a graphic? And, you know, can it just be a chat command? Like, you know, it's kind of like that. Before you call me, can this be a text message? Like, kind of thing, you know? And yeah, we're talking about my YouTube audio guide. Yeah, there's a couple streams that like I adore the streamers, you know, I really do. I can never watch their streams. Like, I think they're playing a game in there somewhere, but there is so much shit going on at all times. I'm just like sensory overload, and I can't do it. I can't. Fi is getting close.
Shake it off.
You just tell me.
Just beat the devil out of it.
Yeah, Bibbs, you are a huge offender of the overstream. Yeah. Fi be watching cartoons. Yeah, Fi's got a lot going on, and he's got a lot of like audio, a lot of TTS. You know, so there's definitely no dull moments there. But there are times when I'm, you know, lurking in Fi's or whatever, and I got to go mute it for a little bit because I'm just like, and that's nothing on any of you. It's all, you know, personal, but you need to keep yourself company. Yeah. Yeah, how'd that go? I know we tried to work on that. Did we finally get that like in a working order, the church stuff? That was a while ago. Have we been doing that this long? Yeah, like I don't mind like sounds and, you know, but like I don't know. I don't even know how to explain. I know you all know what I'm talking about, but you know, there are streams where you just like, you go and like, I've been a part of a raid that went to people like that, and I'm just like, there was one I went to, and the streamer was a VTuber, and they had cartoons and fucking animations and fucking pop-ups and counters and countdowns and bars and graphics and jump scares. It literally, I was sitting there and I had to mute the stream because it was just way too much. But it took me about 30 minutes to figure out what was the streamer's VTuber avatar. Like, there was so much on the screen I couldn't even find where they were, and I was just like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I mean, we all have our things, right? And that's like I tell you every time we raid, you know, especially if you raid somebody new. I'm like, if they're not your vibe, they're not your vibe. Don't feel obligated to hang out or follow or whatever just because this is a friend of mine or, you know, whatever. Not every streamer is for everybody. And I love that. And like those people that have all of that super, there are people that love that shit, you know, and they have 50 fucking channel point redeems because that's the max, but then they have like 500 fucking commands and they're all being used constantly, and that is great. Your community is interacting and being engaged with your stream on that level. I wish I had that, but not at the cost of causing people to have panic attacks and anxiety attacks and heart attacks and you know. Yeah. And like there's one, and I've talked about her before. I don't know if she EBGG. Bibbs would know. She probably is. I think she's EBGG. I don't know. Silverlark Gaming. Love her to death. She, other than like Cat and maybe Link's groupie, yeah, Silverlark might be the sweetest streamer on Twitch. Like, she is an absolute legend. She also doesn't breathe. Ever. From the moment she goes live, that woman does not stop talking. There is no dead air in her streams. And when I first started streaming and I kind of rolled up upon her through a raid, I think, probably Bibbity or somebody like that. And I was like, oh, cool, this is a great vibe. And I was still kind of learning myself how to be like a streamer. I mean, I'd been doing it at that point for a year, but I still only had like 200 followers and wasn't doing, you know, and dead space was a big thing for me. And so I'm like taking notes, like, what do I talk about? Because she can fucking talk about any goddamn thing, you know? And I was like, okay. But now, like, I lurk on her streams almost every time she's live, and probably for 90% of the time that she's live, muted. I cannot hear her anymore. And it sucks because she is a great streamer and she really is adorable and she is so lovely. But fuck, woman, shut up for a minute. Take a breath, inhale, let things kind of, you know. Nope. If she's not responding to somebody in chat, she's telling you exactly what she's doing in the game, or what she's about to do, or what just happened, or what just happened in her real life, what's in her cup, why she chose the outfit she chose, her socks don't match. I mean, it's just fuck it. She's fucking amazing at it. I am not belittling her at all. I guess I love this woman, but it's a skill to be able to talk like that. It is a skill that I do not possess. But holy shit. If you ever want a lesson on how to talk, if you have like a slow or dead chat, go hang out with Silverlark Gaming. Fuck, I think she's live right now. Wonderful. She plays a lot of Phasmo, does a lot of community stuff. You will learn how to not shut the fuck up. You know? But I can't. I can listen to her for probably about 5, maybe 10 minutes, and then, yeah, I'll give her a little shout out. 'Cause she deserves it. She's fucking amazing. She really, really is. And let's go over here. Yeah, we just listen to her for a minute.
I want sausage.
Oh yeah, you do.
No, sausage! No, not like that sausage.
I pull over, yeah, the one moment she's actually, the game is talking or whatever. But yeah, she's just, she's super. She really is an absolute gem. She's not, oh, they're not playing Fable. Why did I say Fable? Phasmo. She was playing Phasmo earlier. Anyway, yeah, that's her. Yeah, the same speech pattern. But she really is great. And but I love it when she plays Phasmo because her community is not as chatty during those games, right? And so she'll sit there and she'll be playing. She's like, okay, I'm going to take the smudge. I picked up the smudge. We're taking the smudge inside. We just walked in the front door. We dropping the smudge right here so I can pick it up later, but I need to go get a second one. And I'm going to get the lighter. We're going to go take the lighter and the smudge. We're going to hold on to one. We're going to leave the other one by the door right where we just dropped it. Okay, I'm picking up the second one. And it's just, inhale, woman, you're going to pass the fuck out. It's so fucking funny. But no, she is an absolute doll. So give her a follow because she is amazing. All of the EBGG streamers are, every single fucking one of them. But yeah, it's just, yeah. Shut up! I'm trying to listen to you. Yeah. But that kind of stuff, so I get it with like voices or with a lot of audio things and going on, whatever that, it can be not your vibe, but you kind of end up in the communities that are where you fit, and I think that's great. I don't need 10,000 people, I'm not going to deny them, I'm not going to start blocking people or whatever, but, I don't need that. We have our core group already and it grows. So the core group has actually grown in the last couple of months, which is amazing. And then you have the ones that come in, from time to time and hang out for a little bit here and there. And they're great as well, and of course our lurkers that are here almost every stream. I see you. I know who you are. But we don't call them out. We just let them vibe, especially on days like today, right? Because we're just kind of talking. We're not playing a game. We're not, it's more of a podcast thing. So people want to, vibe out or whatever and just do their thing, whether they're at work or, playing a game themselves or whatever, and just listen, and that's great. I love it. One of the things I was thinking about doing, let me pull that back up, was making a stats panel. I don't know where I would put it. Maybe we might put it up here, or maybe like right over my head, but it would just be like a little bar, thin little bar with like an arrow, like you could click on. Definitely throwing her a follow. Awesome. Hell yeah. You do shy away from hanging out. Yeah, I kind of, well, I can't say I do. My most watched streamer last year, according to the year in review or whatever that Twitch does, my top 5, of course, there were 3 of y'all, and then there was the 5th place was a partnered streamer, and then 1st place was Kat from C-Cat Plays. She was in 1st place by watch hours by me last year, over 2nd place by over 1,000 hours. I think I have typed 4 messages in her chat the entire time I've been following her. So I'm an ultra lurker when it comes to Kat, but I always have her up. And then Dave was on there, I think, Evie, I don't remember who the other one was, I'm sorry, but yeah. But yeah, I was like, when I saw those numbers, I was like, wow, okay. And then yesterday, I was like, I hit like some 200 and something stream streak. I never redeem them. I never show them. But I'm just like always there. And I was like, holy fuck. You be in her stream, yeah. And Kat is one, like, I rarely put Kat on mute unless I'm actually live at the same time or whatever, because her laugh and her voice is just very soothing to my brain. So it just kind of, especially like if I'm doing a coding session or something. So I think that's why I'm there. But yeah, I get it. I don't hang out. Like if I go and, I'll go and like support people that I follow and stuff. But if they have, 2, 3, 4, 500 people, I'm just like, okay, that was fun. 20 minutes. Let me go hang out with somebody else now. You'd be napping in her stream. Hell yeah. But that's what, and that's one of the reasons why, because I am a lurker. And that's why I love my lurkers so very, very much. I don't ever expect anybody to say anything in chat. Obviously, it makes it easier, my job, when there is conversation to be had or to reply to, but it's never anything that I expect, except from Hi-Fi, because he never shuts up either. But But yeah, so you know, I've always been pro lurker. I've actually unfollowed people because they were not pro lurker. Like I unfollowed people that I had followed for months when I found out, and I was like, wait, you called out lurkers by their name? You asked them to say something? Like what? No, bye. I will not condone that. That is not cool. You know? Yeah, you know. And that's one of the reasons I stopped using, I had the little stream avatars. I think Dave still uses it. Conan uses it. I know a couple others that do as well. But if you don't do the setup just right, it will show like every person that's connected to the IRC chat, whether they've said anything or not. And I'm like, that to me is calling out a lurker by putting their name on the fucking screen, even if nobody notices, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, So I stopped using that. You're here all the time. Yeah, I mean, we do. Thor is one of them. I have a lot of, you know, and I'm not going to obviously call out names or anything, but we have quite a few that are here almost every stream, or at least twice, 3 times a week, out of my, you know, 4 streams or whatever. And, you know, of course, I can't help but see the list, you know, when we go live and I'm setting up OBS and everything. Hush. And I'm like, oh, there they are. How you doing? You know, plus, like, if I open this up, I'm not, well, you know, there's the list here, you know, that shows, like, who's in chat and everything, you know, and it's like, I'll be like, oh, when I open this up and it's on that tab, and I'm like, oh, there's them and there. And there's always Hi-Fi. He's always waiting. And, you know, we got a couple others and, you know, the ones that like to try to get the first place and all that. And but yeah, you don't say anything, you know. And that's one of the things I think a lot of new streamers don't understand. You know, they want, and they're told. And if you watch some of those tutorials and stuff, and you know, that are trying to help new streamers, they tell you, oh, you've got to talk, you've got to, you know, keep the conversation going. Ask them questions that are going to make them want to chat. And, you know, don't just, you know, oh, you know, how are you? Good. No. What did you do? Oh, you saw a movie. Oh, what movie did you see? Tell me about the movie. What's your favorite movie of all time? You know, blah, blah. So, you know, and they teach you how to do those kind of things, which are great. But then new streamers see that names on those lists and they're like, oh, I haven't heard from, you know, Bob Seger in 4 hours, so let me just say his name and see if I can get him to chat. And I'm like, oh, you don't do that. You don't do that. It's bad. It's bad form. You know. I just recently changed from silent follows over to the anonymous follows, so at least we get a little alert that somebody followed, but I still don't call them out by name, you know, on the graphic or in the chat, but but you know, I see it, but I don't ever say it. So you do the same thing to Hi-Fi, yeah. There's a few times I've been in y'all's streams, and I do, you know, I get all the same notifications, you know, and I'm like, oh, I'll try to pull up 1 or 2 if I'm not doing anything else or whatever, and just most of the time, unfortunately, you guys are on mute. I'll admit it right now, but I'm there. I promise. You know, I'll listen for a little while, but you got yelled at for them needing to redeem the follow alert for the ones that want to be recognized. That seems a bit weird. Why would you get yelled at for that? You know, we have the anonymous one here. I had to change it, but yeah, if you have followed recently and want your name on screen and in chat, you're not getting a shout out for a follow on my channel, you know, but it'll say your name. It'll do the animations with your name if you redeem, but that's purely optional. And again, that's for lurkers. Yeah, but see that's different though, Bibbity. I mean, you're not, you don't have like your chatters list open and see that, Hi-Fi's been there but hasn't said anything and be like, "How are you doing today, Hi-Fi?" It's not the same thing. I mean, that would be like, just for example, we were just talking about Silverlark. If she were lurking in my stream, which I don't even think she knows I'm alive, but if she were lurking here and we were talking about her and, we're just talking about her. We're not necessarily talking to her or trying to get her to chat. You know what I mean? That's totally different, And I know a lot of you guys, and I appreciate it. You spread my tutorials and stuff around your communities and whatnot. And so, yeah, my name's going to come up, all right. You're starting to break shit now. Stop. We'll go out in just a minute. But yeah, I don't think that is technically like calling out a lurker, because you would have said the same thing whether I was there or not, right? So, but there are streamers, especially new ones, that'll look at that list and be like, "Oh, Bibbity's here, but she hasn't said anything all stream. Bibbity, what are you doing?" No, you don't do. Hush up! I said we'll go in a minute. I don't care. Tell them you gotta pee then. Tell them. Yep, that's the microphone. Tell them.
Hi, how are you?
Wait, there's a list? Yeah, there's a list. I think Hugh Everett oversaturated the market with his ideals to make them popular, and I think he was way off base. Yeah, there is one on your chat. I have mine turned off. But if you click this, it'll show you the users that are connected. No. Yeah, Ko-Fi streamer bot, what's up with you? What are you doing this weekend? No, yeah. That's what that is, yeah. Yeah. That's exactly what that is, yeah. All right. So, Doggo needs to go potty, apparently, but we're going to answer. We have one question. So we're going to go ahead and answer that, and then we're going to go take a quick little break. We're coming up on the hour anyway. Yeah, you can see that list in any stream. I actually have, I think through, it's either the Franker Faces extension or the Better Twitch TV one. One of them, I have it disabled, so I can't even click it. But, it is what it is. It shows up in OBS, and I can't disable. Well, I mean, I could, but I'm not going to take all the steps to disable that in OBS just because of that, because it's not something I concern myself with. But yeah, I have it turned off on the Twitch side. All right, let's answer this question. Try to get there before the ad break, and then we'll go take the pup out and refill coffee.
Hi-Fi420 asked, any clue why the audio on those clips was buggered?
I really don't. I assume that you have it set up similar to how I do, right? With the video shoutouts from VR Vlad and all that, all through StreamerBot and doing the browser source. Are you using the local browser source, the one you download, or are you using the one on his website that you connect the browser source to the actual website? You do the website. Okay, so what I would do is download it. I have mine here. Or I can just send this to you. And then point, you know, save this somewhere. Where'd your shit go? I know you're in my list. There you are. The HD one. This is the updated one anyway. Well, the latest updated one. But yeah, you can use that, and then in your let me pull it up here real quick. That's alerts and shout out. So it's the same. The setup is the same. It's just about blank and then full screen. I don't even control audio with OBS on this one. I do have it refresh when it becomes active. But do not click local file. You'll have to paste the address there or just use about blank, and I just use StreamerBot obviously to populate it, but don't click local file, and do not click shut down source when not visible, because otherwise the HTML and the JavaScript won't run in OBS. So all you'll see is their little avatar for the entire time the clip is supposed to play. Ew, local file. Dude, local file is the best. Local file is the absolute best. I mean, again, that's a personal opinion. You're welcome. But yeah, I just, I want the control, right, over my stuff. Hi, Mai. Welcome in. Yeah. I had one person argue with me, and they're like, yeah, but what happens, you know, if, you know, your hard drive goes down or whatever? And I'm like, well, if that happens, then I'm not going to be streaming anyway for it to matter, am I? But I don't like relying on third-party websites as, you know, as much as possible. So if I'm going to link to something and I can have the option to make it a local file, I'm going to do that. 3, 2, 1, buck up, baby. Waking from a small nap? Well, naps are awesome. We're actually about to take the dog out and go on a quick BRB. But yeah, go ahead and ask your questions while we're on the BRB if you need to, if you have any. And we're going to go from there. But I am going to take him out so he'll stop jumping up on digging holes in my chair. Plus, we have the ad break on Twitch coming up. So perfect timing. And we will be back in just a few minutes. So hang tight and ask your questions. We'll get to them when we return, if any. All right, we'll see you soon. Yeah, buddy, we're coming. We gotta say goodbye to the people because we love them. I got him! A spring peeper! Purple frog is mine. Purple frog is mine. Now we're gonna cook him. I'm just kidding. We're gonna cook him. Look at him. Look how cute he is. I got jump scared to shit over there. Can't get down there. Deadpool's lingering around outside trying to fucking kill me in the dark. Oh! Fucking Christ, stop doing that shit! Yo, there's some crying up ahead. What the? Are they in that rock? Oh! What the fuck was that? Yeah? You like it when I call you a good boy?
Yeah, we'll take that. And he's ready to go. Let's see how this hole goes for him.
Whoop, almost beat it. Oh, make it. Okay. Ooh, make it. Okay. This is the window. Jump. Make it. Okay. And then jump into that window. Okay. And then up. Alright. Yeah. Hop a daisy. Hoops a daisy. Up we go. Do I have something on my car? Oh no, it was just a shadow. Dave, what the hell happened to you back here? What what are you doing? You Oh, that was not the right time to boost, my friend. Not a little fucking bottle, guys. This is... It smells like somebody ate a big salad and farted. I'm not looking forward to this. So here we go. Ranch dressing soda. Oh my god. That is so bad. Now I'm gonna regret that for the next week. Juicy. I'm a juicy boy. Ew. Swimming in guts, I'm swimming in guts. Don't mind me, just a swimming in guts. I'm covered in blood and goofy stuff. I'm swimming in guts, that's me. Oh! The fuck did that scare me so bad? There, that's better. Jeez. I really don't want to do this. Do. All right. Thank you for being patient through that little break there. Welcome in, Barrels. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. One of the bigger and better streamer bot geniuses out there. Two Smoking Barrels over on the YouTube side. How are you? All right. I peed, doggy pooped, I got fresh coffee. We're doing the thing, guys. Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm feeling a little bit better than I did yesterday, which is always good. You know, every day I'm feeling a little bit better. I just had a coughing fit, but that's because I had to get up, move, and go outside and walk around and chase the dog in the yard. So that kind of didn't feel too well, but we're still doing the thing, you know. Oh, I meant to ask you, Barrels, you said a couple of weeks ago, I think it was, I'm trying to remember, you said that you were testing things with ChatGPT, I think it was, or DeepSeek, whichever one it is that you use, and you had them basically like ingest all of the docs from the StreamerBot website and testing out what they could build. Brown-eyed girl, welcome in. Good to see you. But what I wanted to ask you was, do you still have that prompt that you used to set that up? I don't want to copy it. I really don't want my ChatGPT to be full of that shit, but I'm always curious as to how other people interact with those LLMs. Cinnamon, do I code much? A little. I'm a little bit. Bot extensions, programs, Twitch extensions. If you call that coding, then yeah. Just a tad. I dabble. Why am I using it? Why not? Things are connected to the internet. Everything's going to get attacked. Google gets attacked about 4 times a day. People still use it. Nice. Not the downloader that I haven't used in 2.5 years. High five here. Wizard. Be nice. So I'm assuming that you had it store some of that, the docs in the long-term memory. That or you have a really long chat going. Yeah, if you're not at least dabbling with the LLMs, I refuse to call that shit AI because it's not AI. That is the worst name they could have given it. But it's the language learning models. I thank you for your concern on my PC, but I'm pretty well set up here. But yeah, if you're not at least dabbling and testing and trying things and stuff, you're going to be so far behind. Because unfortunately, it's where everything is going. And once people learn how to integrate instead of rely upon, it'll move even faster. Yeah, so it's probably stored in the long-term memory then. Sometimes he gets it wrong. You yell at, yeah. Yeah, I've done that too. I'm like, that's not even close, dude. Try again. Like, oh, sorry. My bad. Thanks for calling it out. Let me do some better research. Let's go on.
Hi-Fi 420 asks, is there a way to have a blur filter in OBS without remaking the pic/vid again?
It got way wrong. Okay. Is there a way to... Okay, let me read that again. Is there a way to have a blur filter in OBS without remaking the pic vid again? Yeah. I'm just like, yeah, there is. Okay, next question. Yeah, let me try to remember which one I have. There's a few. Yeah, okay, thanks. There's a few. Let's see. Shader filters, yeah, that's the one I use. That's the one that has like 200 something filters, isn't it? Yeah. And it comes from the mighty Exeldro, so put that in for those that want it. This one kept crashing the portable versions. I haven't had a problem with it. Let's see where he's at. We're on version 2.6 that came out in December. Have you updated it since then, or to that version? And there might be a couple of known or even unknown config conflicts, like with other plugins. That's the word I was looking for. But yeah, it's really fucking cool. I think how many there was like 178, 200, 222. I don't remember. There's a fucking lot in there. And of course you can go in and add your own too. They're all text-based filters. I did. Did you miss it? I'll do it again. You're trying a lot for the screen warp. Yeah, the one thing I will say about this is that some of the some of the effect sliders and stuff are very, very sensitive, and if you go too far, it can get way off, and you're like, what the fuck? And then there are some that have like similar effects, but they're in different names, and some of the weird names will work better than other ones. Gotta love the YouTube bots, huh? YouTube is a different fucking breed, I swear to God. Bye, get over on YouTube and do your job. Have you tried going vegan? Yeah, I tried it. I went to a restaurant and tried being vegan, but then my steak arrived, so. Thank you. He's like, oh, that's over. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's obviously not, tags, so title, I don't know. Like, I know the weirdos on YouTube and shit are out en masse, and YouTube is such a horrible streaming service, but I've never met another one that has as much problem as I do, and I can't figure out why me. To be fair, I haven't looked into it a whole lot. You tried vegan, they said no bacon. Yeah, no bacon, no cheese. Fuck off. It's literally my diet. Bacon, cheese, and coffee. Pork chops taste good. Bacon tastes good. Sewer rat might taste like sweet potato pie, but I'll never know because I ain't gonna eat the nasty motherfucker. Sorry. Pulp Fiction is great about that. So, do you need help with that plug-in and setup and stuff there, Fi, or is the link good enough to make sure you have the update? Also, why are you using portable mode? I know we talked about that like a few months ago, but you don't really have a need to. Curiosity. Excuse me. Excuse me. Mm-hmm. 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 Ba, ba, ba. Why are we using VLC? Playlists, my dude.
Oh! Oh, hello.
You can use that as a media. It'll show images, videos of any type. You can have playlists. You can play random from an entire directory instead of listing them one by one. Things like that. Things that the regular media source cannot do. I use them both. I don't mind the media source one. I just don't use it for like clips and things because it's better for images, I think, and small animated graphics and tiny MP4s. But yeah. So basically, you have. Let's see. If we did a regular media, so you have media source, which looks like this. Oh, wrong one. This is what I meant to show you. There you go. Right, so you can have a local file or whatever, and you can browse and play it. You can loop it, restart it, whatever, right? Just very limited, and then it's just that file. With the
How are you, gentlemen?
all right, that was a happy accident. Pro streamer. With the VLC video source, you get these. You can still loop and shuffle, but you have visibility behavior, so you can set it to pause, like I do my clips, and so when visibility goes off, it'll stop playback wherever it is, and the next time it's visible, it'll pick up where it left off. So that way, you know, if I go like 3 BRBs in a stream, you're not seeing the same clips because it's not going to start over from the first one. You know, it'll pick up where it left off. You can have a playlist, so you can list individual ones here like you do with the regular one, but you can also do entire directories. So if you have like a folder on your hard drive with all of your clips in it, like I do, it'll play all of them, and then you can just add files to that directory without having to edit this every time. You can pick which audio track it'll play from and all of that. So there's, you know, a lot more option, a lot more control and feasibility with it. Yeah. All right. Wizard had a weird question. Let's see what he says.
Wiz asked with Winamp audio capture. I know you said it only controls what's through stream and OBS, but if I want to adjust what I hear, how does that affect stream, or is it completely separate?
Hey, sorry, I was reading your message. Okay, so with the wind capture audio plugin, it only controls what's through stream in OBS, but if I want to adjust what I hear, how does that affect stream? So it basically doesn't, right? So for example, we can show, well, I can't, well, yeah, I can. So if we go to like Spotify, right, and we play a song, okay, I can control the volume here on the program, and it's going to get louder. It's going to get louder in my ears. So I want to make it comfortable here for my ears. And then in OBS, in the audio mixer, I can control volume here for you guys. It does not lower or raise the volume in my headset. So the volume I have in the program, in the game, on the browser, set in Windows, what I hear will always remain. And then what you change here will only control what goes out to stream. Does that make sense? Boop boop. Is there a way to have it mute but to have stream hear it? Yes. You can, it should be set to monitor off for all of the ones that you add through that in your properties window here. All of them should be monitor off, so you'll even see like, well, it's not active, but you know, Discord, my games, they're all monitor off, right? Because I'm setting the volume through here. But you can also just do like the monitor and output, and then change it back to monitor off. It is a little more tricky depending on what you want to do. But for that, you would probably want to set up like a virtual cable and have that go through the virtual cable anyway, if you don't already. And then it also depends on what you want to have muted. Like Spotify is a bad example, and your games obviously are a bad example, but like sounds and stuff like that, you know, if you control them through the bot, you can have them, like for example, I have like the movie posters actually doesn't play. It plays through my headset because of how I have it routed, but it doesn't actually get transferred to my headset separately. And it goes, instead of going to my headset, it goes to my monitor, and my monitor is muted, so I don't ever hear it, and then you guys do. Spotify with that one, it would take a lot to get it to where, but basically you would just have to turn it down so you don't hear it, but not all the way off, and then crank it in OBS. Essentially, the way it happens, and kind of like in a nutshell, if you can, think of that. Let me see what I can do. That's not what I wanted. Where is my... Here. So, basically, can I just have a fucking new one? Why are you so little? Okay. There we go. So, basically, the way it kind of works is, let's say you have your source here. So this would be like Spotify, right? I'm horrible at drawing, right? You have OBS, right? You have your headset. That's a headset, right? And then you have your stream. Don't laugh at me. So normally what happens without the plugin is that you will have Spotify will start playing music and it'll go into OBS, and then OBS will then route it to your stream and or your headset, depending on how you have your monitoring set up, right? And when you do the volume controls in OBS, it controls both of these lines. Okay. With the plugin, there's a line that goes to OBS, and then there's a line that gets routed outside of OBS directly to whatever your output device is. So your headset or your speakers or your monitor or whatever. And then OBS goes out to the stream. So this never connects to the stream. And so the actual program has the volume control that you would adjust, and that's going to affect both of them, but you want it to make it so it's comfortable or audible or not audible or whatever in your headset for you to hear. And then you can do the volume controls in OBS to control what stream hears and the volume that stream gets. So if you have a Discord call, for example, while you're playing a game, hey King, right? Then, and you're sitting there and you're playing and everything sounds great, but your chat is like, hey, we can't hear whoever you're talking to on Discord very well. They're very, very quiet. You don't have to go into Discord and adjust their volume. You can go right into OBS and turn Discord up, and it won't affect what you hear. It'll just affect what stream hears. Right. So with Spotify though, because when you control the volume in the program, Spotify, Discord, browsers, whatever, you are actually controlling both lines at the same time. The one that goes into OBS and the one that goes into your headset. So if you mute it and just say no more of this, and we just fucking mute the sound at all, then OBS isn't even going to hear it. Right. So if you turn it up to like 20% and you can barely hear it over your game in the Discord call or whatever, and then you can crank it in OBS, it'll be louder in stream, where it'll be more like a 50 or 60%, That's kind of like the only drawback. You can't just be like, well, I mean, you can, but again, you have to route like through either virtual cables or other output devices. So you would have to have like, a media player that goes through the bot that plays the music, so you can control the volume and then have that go into OBS and then tell that one, hey, don't output to my headset. And then you could, turn the volume down and it won't make it to your ears. But it's virtual cables are better. I know you said you don't want to do those again, but yeah. But it also gives you individual channel control, right? So, for example, if like you have everything set up like going through your desktop audio into OBS, then if you have to turn the volume of your game up, it's going to increase the volume of everything that's playing through your PC, the game, Spotify, Discord, all of it, right? This lets you have individual channels for each one, so you can turn just the game volume down, or just Discord up, or just Spotify up, or you know, whatever, to make it comfortable for stream. Yeah, it took me probably about 2 hours, as long as it took me to make that tutorial, to get everything set up the first time the way I wanted it, you know, fuck around with things. But you just, the only thing when you're using that plugin, the only thing to remember really is use the application, whether it be Spotify, Discord, the game, whatever the audio source is coming from, use that volume control to make it comfortable in your ears. And then use the sliders in OBS to make it comfortable for stream's ears. They're going to be two different sounds. So once you kind of get used to that, the rest of it's super easy. Yo.
Time for a little drinking pool. Cheers, genitals.
Well, thank you for paying the cover charge and your shot and your pint. Keep the limiter at negative 4.2. .2 is pretty fucking high. I have my limiter set to -6, I think.
Time for a little drinking pool. Cheers, genitals.
So basically, Sweet, the odds are much higher. Yeah, if audio's coming out, the algorithm will pick it up. Yeah, because Twitch uses algorithms and bots to scan all of the audio. And then when they get a flag, if need be, then that's when a human will get involved. All right. You don't record anything for your VODs? You have VODs turned off? Yeah. Yeah, it's less likely to happen if you don't have VODs turned on, but it still can, so just be careful. Yeah, and remember too that highlights, clips, and the VODs all come from the VOD track. So your clips aren't going to come from the live stream, they're going to come from the VOD track. So even if you're not using it, it still has one. And if you're not using it specifically in OBS, it's going to use track 1, which is what's going out to live stream. And there goes Hi-Fi, filling up the dance floor. Exclamation point dance, get your little guy on the dance floor. YouTube can't hear the music, but if you are on the Twitch side, you can. I don't think I have it set up for YouTube to join because they can't hear anything. Could be wrong. It's a simple fix, so. Nope. Headbanging one is cool. One minute left. All right, thank you for the dance party. What is that? Oh, my cell phone bill got paid. All right. Sorry, a little work drama. All right. Yeah. Hi, Evie.
Go easy on the Pepsi. I really.
How are ya? How is things in the stuff? What up, bitches? Nothing. Ooh. A lot of naps today. It's nappy weather. It is nap time weather for sure. Yeah, that mine was too. I didn't sleep, but I stayed in bed. I was in bed probably about 7 hours. I just didn't sleep. Bored, but I didn't want to get up. It was warm. Am I okay? Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. Just lots going on in the noggin, you know. I gotta code a little bit. I'm probably just gonna code tomorrow. I was gonna set some things up tonight, but tell it shush. Yeah, yeah. You tell it. You don't listen to me. But I got a few things I need to do tonight. I got a lot going on tomorrow, so yeah, I gotta get prepped for some of that stuff and figure out money and bills and where things are going and where things are coming from, and I'm gonna try to make a new tutorial tomorrow, at least one for this week. We'll see. I'm just not going to let this go. Why are you asking about bits? You know you can't use bits in channel point redeems. Did I not update that? Oh, I didn't. I did not. Thank you. Doesn't matter, but... Ooh, I got a notification. I got a drop for a game I never played in my life. Amazing. Thank you. It's fixed. I totally spaced it when I was doing the title. But, you know. Alright, Five's got lots of questions today. Let's go.
Hi5420 asked how to use the globals in the Twitch channel point redeem trigger.
You type them in your sub action. Well, only if you want to use the variable. Otherwise, it's not going to know it's a variable, right? You've never used a variable before? Come on, dude. You know better. Alright. So, no, it's going to look like this. In your gets and sets and stuff, you're just going to use whatever the variable name is. If you're doing a set argument, that'll be a little bit different. Think. Yeah. So set arguments we'll use. It'll automatically put them in, so you don't want to make sure you don't have doubles. Just depends on how you're using it, really. If you're putting it like in an if-else statement, I think you have to manually add that, unless you're using a get global. Renaming the global in the redeem setup for the button thing in Twitch chat. Oh, then I'm gonna have to read that like 8 times before it'll make sense. Yeah, okay, so let's say okay, so rest later. All right, Barrels, we're probably not going to be much longer. I am tired, but thank you for being here, and thank you for checking out the rest afterwards. Appreciate you as always. Yeah, I know what he means, though. I'm trying to find one. What color is he now? Blue? All right. So he's talking about these. So if I do like a persisted user counter, and if you want to change him, change Flynn to black. I'll show you. Okay. So this one is going to be persisted Twitch. And hi-fi. Why is that being weird? You see that? I don't have my drop down list. There it goes. Oh, hi-fi is banned. False! Oh, we gotta change that. Just kidding. So this is gonna be counter. Just regular counter. And then it'll be user counter on the user one. So it would be, you know, hi-fi, whatever. Joe cartoon? Ha! There's a blast from the past. If you have 3, it'll probably overwrite. So what you want to do is not use these and just make your own, which you should be doing anyway. Should be anyway. Yeah. Yep. I don't know, because I don't use any of the variables counters on any of the redeems, so I was trying to think. I thought I did on first. Oh wait, we do beer. So let's see. Yeah, even with the like the beer counts and stuff that I do, I make my own. User and global for the all beers and all whiskey shops. Yeah. So yeah, I don't. That's why I just had to test it and go look, because I didn't want to give you false information. But yeah. No. I mean, if you're using C#, you can use it that way because you can call it by its redeem ID instead of just counter. But without the C#, like in the sub actions mode and stuff, no, it's not. It's easier just to make your own, and then at least you know what they're called and where they go and what to be looking for, yo. Or whatever the cool kids say. We should. Get off my butt. Bye. There's so much shit in this stupid little testing bot that I use. It asks you which image was better. The one I fucking asked for. Yeah, anytime I have it, like, try to create an image or whatever, I'll always do just like one at a time. I found it seems to work a little better, and then that way if you get one that's close, get it to get close, and then you download that one and then re-upload it and be like, hey, can you change this to... It's the Football Super Sports Show? Are you talking about the Super Bowl? That's got to be a troll thing. Who the fuck is calling it that? Oh, so when it does something like that, it's they're making changes to the LLM and they're trying to get feedback to see which way forward to program it based on use. Yeah. Still, one of my favorite things was that Trump bought his way into the Kennedy Fine Arts Music Center board of directors and then took controlling stock and then changed it to add his name to it. And then the moment he did that, like every act canceled for like the next 3 months. No, fuck you, I'm not performing there anymore. And I love that. Ugh, that's a can of worms I don't even want to get into, but Jesus Christ. 2 more years of this shit. No worms, please, yeah. Yeah. I can't believe people were gullible enough to be like, oh, it'll be better this time. Like, he literally used the position to I don't know. King's probably too old. Wee. Well, it's not run by people. It's run by corporations that have enough money to influence people. But I digress. If you have a price and they're willing to pay it, you can have a position of authority. And I will not, Evie. You're not my real mom. This cough is going to be around a while, I think. Ugh. Yeah. Well, there's at least 286 of them. Damn, tickle. Damn, tickle in my throat. Yeah. Aside from corporations trying to run countries and being able to, the other main problem that the American government has is the Electoral College. Great idea when they first started it. Totally fucking manipulated today. The last Build a Bear conference? I don't, probably. But stop having corporations and conglomerates influence shit. make it, you know, so they can't, and then either restructure or get rid of the Electoral College. That'll fix about 80% of the shit. Oh yeah, and not just the corporations too. I mean, we're talking, you know, fucking OPEC and, you know, WWF. Like, I mean, it's deep. It's deep. A lot of non-profits. I don't know if it would require a physical revolution. I think it would take education. We would have to have enough people understand how the system is actually being worked and not how it's supposed to be worked. And once the people are educated, then we can fix it. But right now, nobody gives a fuck. They think their vote counts. They think they're doing their part. And they're not. And it doesn't matter political party. It doesn't matter name. Whoever is in that office is just a fucking hood ornament for people with the money. Yeah. We have the parties, we have the bipartisan system, and we have enabled it enough to be run in a way where all it does, its only function, is to give us something to fight about. That's it. Separate the masses, keep them fighting amongst themselves, and you can control them very, very easily. I might have to go blow my nose. Anyway. This ain't my beautiful house. It ain't my beautiful car. Ugh. What should I eat tonight? I don't know. Pancakes? Should I have breakfast for dinner? Food? Alright. Fuck. But only today. Tomorrow I'm going back to biodiesels and non-biodegradable plastics. Brenner? Yeah. Green beans and eggs with garlic mushrooms. Hold on there. That's almost vegan. We don't want to get carried away. I had some amazing fucking tacos that I made, but that was like at 4 o'clock this morning, so they've worn off. That's what I need to do. Chili mac. Oh, I love veggies too. Fucking Brussels sprouts, dude. I make Brussels sprouts. That'll fucking knock your socks off.
Hey, listen!
No, an egg is not vegan. Pickled beets, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Chicken is a veggie because all they eat is corn. So you have to get the organic grass-fed chickens and then they're vegan. You can't get out. You can. For $6.42 a month. anything that lives for 6 months without a head. I've lived like almost going on 8 years without head. So I'm not a carrot. Oh, without a head. Oh, read that wrong. The low cost of $6.69. Yeah. What I don't want to do is get a headache, though. And I need to replace that light. Or rewire it. Might just rewire it. You still need to, yeah. We need your soul, your left testicle or ovary, your firstborn, and you need to sign off all future assets. Yeah. But hey, no ads. And 3 hairs, the short curly ones. Manually plucked. Must include root. For the friendship reason.
Ugh. Brother, ugh. What's that? What's that, brother?
It's fucking gross. I made you a friendship bracelet out of our hair. What? Hold on, I'm gonna go blow my... I muted my microphone before I said that. I said, hold on. Welcome back. I'm gonna go blow my nose real quick. Give me just a second, because this is gonna keep happening. I'm gonna keep coughing unless I get rid of this little drip that's going down. So I'll be back in a couple seconds. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. That was hard to get out. You saw a video on Facebook that hits too hard? What's it about? Ooh. Ooh. Didn't push everyone away, just stop pulling them closer and watch who stayed. Yeah. That's small numbers. I did that. Well, I didn't do that technically. What I did do was I got rid of every toxic person in my life. And if I had people that entered my life after that and became toxic, they got cut off just as fast. And let me tell you something. When you cut off your own mother from your life, everybody else is easy as fuck. Like, bitch, I haven't talked to my mother in over 16 years.
Wanna say farewells to the tubes, boss?
Yeah, in a minute. Like I haven't said a word to my mother in over 16 years, and I can tell you, it wasn't actually that hard because of what happened, but everybody after that, I don't even get a second thought. I'm like, oh, you're toxic. Fucking don't need you in my life. Bye. And you are not toxic. Evie. What else has small numbers? Conan's PP. Oh. Oh. He's doing his best. Okay. I mean, he was born with ovaries and still has them, so it would be that big anyway. So you're in the same boat, yeah. And it's sad, you know, because there's a definite line where, you know, in the family dynamic and shit just changed, you know. And for me, in my family, it was the death of my grandpa. He was literally like the glue that held everything together. And when he died, it got crazy. And then when my grandma finally passed on, it ended everything. And I was like, wow, okay. See your true colors now. Plus, I mean, I was older, so I knew more and could see more, you know. Hurry up and go away so I can redo my garden. I mean, not that I really care, but I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, we're making things.
Oh, hello.
Facelips. How are you? I needed the bathroom stuff, so I needed the mirror. Didn't I already make one of those? Oh, no. Okay, and then I need something else, but not that. I don't want to repair my tools. Turn around and build things. Oh, I know, but I need those things. So I'm just waiting. I'm not in a big hurry. Okay, I can't remember what I need. Oh, I need ingots apparently, copper bars. Okay, let's go make some of those. What are, oh, here. Wait, what? Get out of here. Copper, bro. Oh, I need a lot.
Change game.
Why? We're still just talking. It's not, I'm just bored. You guys are lacking in the questions department today. I've taught you everything, I guess. It's still my main screen. I can still bring up the bot and things so you can see. I'm just killing time. You're here for the Palia. Fair enough. We probably won't be on much longer as it is, but we'll see. I know I gotta build 10 of everything. I need a bathroom mirror and a bathtub. No, I don't know what I need. I am horrible at remembering what I need. The only one I care about. A table lamp and a wall cabinet and a house sink. Okay. Thanks. Not once got the, it could have just been, or have you already changed over to the local file? I think it probably was. Oh hey, there's a thingy. I don't think I can cut that down. I don't think I'm strong enough. Yeah. I do have a axe that can cut it down. I'm just not strong enough. That's what she said. Okay, so wall mirror is the only one I have. Okay. Hurry up, loser. Prism beard. Oh, I have to have, oh, 5 for 1 bar? Okay, well, I guess we're gonna go hunt ore. Copper ore, just right out here.
Wizard asked, I have a clip command set up in StreamerBot that posts the clip URL to chat when used. The last time it didn't post the link but instead %create clip URL%, and I'm not sure what broke because I didn't touch that command lol.
Twitch probably broke. You had, well, I mean, I know that technically only affected the hype trains, but you have updated to the latest version of the bot, yes? Could have been a timing issue. and the tried to post the link before the clip was actually created. Twitch has recently also changed what you can do with the clips. So like in the bot now, you can actually rename them and things like that. So and you can also adjust the length. They're not set just to 30 seconds. So for example, if you have the create a clip and then send a message to chat, and you have all that set to delay for like a 30-second clip, but you're making 60-second clips, it's not going to be able to post a clip that hasn't been created yet, right? So make sure all of your timings are set correctly and haven't changed. You know, if you want a minute clip or whatever. Did I see the Super Bowl? No, I haven't watched the Super Bowl in like a decade. Professional football does not interest me anymore. It is too scripted. Borderline predictable. You love Lady Gaga's halftime show? Twitch was freaky today, yeah. That it was. What's my view on sport betting? I don't, but it is there. I don't have a view on it. Where'd you come from? Thanks. Tuck and roll, Grandma. Man, that was still one of the funniest commercials ever. It's the end of the map. There's always, every stream you do should produce a minimum of 5 clips, no matter what. They don't all have to be funny. Some of them can be, I fucking had a tech issue. And that, you know, some can be something that happened in the game. Good, bad, sad, a good jump scare. But you should, even if you don't have somebody there to like clip them for you or whatever, you should be able to go back to your VOD and get at least 5. Which is one thing I need to fucking do, because I need to start posting on socials again. I want to do more than just clips, which means I have to actually create videos, and ugh, I am not a TikToker or YouTube shorts or whatever. Yeah, if I could afford a video editor, shit would be great. But man, they're expensive. I would love to just be able to have like my tutorials and shit and then go record them and then just be like send everything to an editor with like publishing power on my YouTube channel or whatever, and just have them fucking edit it, send it to me for a final quick approval for the first few, so that I can make sure that, you know, they're not cutting shit out that I want to make sure is in there. And then after that, I wouldn't even do that. I'd just be like, yeah, here, I trust you. We've done this enough. Post it and go. I need a resume. No, I need money to be able to pay whoever is going to do it, because that's the issue. I am poor. I thought he was like a red and black one there for a second. I was like, whoa. I might actually shoot that one. What the fuck is that? Okay. Is it sad that I don't care about the plushes? Yeah, well, I mean, I know how to edit. I know how to edit. And I think I do a pretty good job of it, honestly. And the tutorials are easy. The new channel is going to be a lot more detailed and, you know, stuff, but it is what it is, and it's a skill I like to have. But at the same time, I'm only one dude, and I have so many little avenues now, you know, that even if like, because I don't rely on YouTube income, so even if that could get just high enough where I could use that to pay an editor every month, then that would be enough for me. You know, like I don't be like, oh well, I have to make this much more than what I don't have. Like, all of my streaming income is basically just bonus. Like, I don't count on it. I don't even look at it. I just like it. I'm like, oh, I got a payout today. Okay, cool. Wasn't expecting it. You know, and so, but I can't afford to pay one out of my pocket right now. So I don't mind it. I actually kind of like it, but it gets monotonous, especially, you know, some of the longer videos. And like the new stuff, I'm gonna have fun doing it because it's gonna be new. I'm gonna be using a new, more powerful program. I mean, the one I got's kind of professional now anyway, but you know, it has some limitations, and so it's gonna be fun to learn that kind of stuff. And you know, but still, it's not something I want to do full time. But I have to right now because I am only me. But eventually, I will have a little small team. But an editor is going to be one of the first additions to the team. Bow show. Right, like, and you know, Wizard, that's kind of my thing too. Like, I don't, you know, people are like, oh, like, take a genie or whatever. You know, I wouldn't wish to be, you know, I don't want to be the richest man on the planet. I don't want some of those problems and issues. And, you know, I want to have enough money where I don't have to leave the house to go to work. And I don't have to worry about where my next meal is going to come from. I want to be able to, like, go to the grocery store, just put shit in the cart, and go check out. And just pay whatever the fucking cost is. You know? And then same thing with, like, extras. Like, oh, I want to buy a new game. I'm just going to buy it. I don't want to have to, like, plan it for 3 months so I can afford it. You know, that kind of stuff. Sewer was a dev of that game. Hey. What if someone did it for free in order to learn and progress as well? No, I mean, I you know, I want to be able to trust them. You know, like I said, it's not one of those things. I don't think, even if I had somebody's like, oh, I've done editing videos for Jacksepticeye and Markiplier and I've been doing this for 50 years, and you know, even them, I would be like, okay, well, our first like 6 months, here's how it's going to work. I'm going to send you the stuff. I'm going to tell you what has to be in there, what should be in there. I expect you to have seen most of my videos and kind of know my vibe and what I do, and you know, and I'm still, before we post them, you're going to send the finished stuff back to me and I'm going to check it, and if it's not right, you're going to do it again. You know what I mean? And then it's going to take a while before I'm just comfortable enough with, yeah, you've got it down, you know what I want, here's the raw material, here's the publishing power on YouTube. When you're done editing, just get it uploaded, you know, that kind of thing, which is ideally where I would like to be at. And just so I can just record and be like, okay, I'm happy with the recording, there's some B-roll stuff in there, there's some extra stuff, there's some dumb stuff that needs to be cut, but I can just send it off and be done with it. But no, I have no problem with freelance and startups and people that are learning. But I've been in that position. I was a freelance. I worked for myself for 7 years, and the big thing is you don't work for free. And so I don't let my people work for free. You know, I may not be able to pay you $100 or $200 or whatever per video or per minute or whatever, but I'm not going to just be like, yeah, go do all this shit and do it for free just to build your portfolio. Your portfolio isn't going to fucking pay your rent and your utilities. You know, you can't call the electric company and be like, well, I got fucking 36 exposure this month. They don't care. You need money. You need to know how, yeah. And, you know, and that's the thing. It's a skill set, and it might not be something you're the best at, but yeah, you need to know the basics. You need to know what you're looking for, you know, and that kind of thing, because it is going to be important, because, you know, it is you. Even if it's just a clip that you're having edited or whatever, it's you, it's your content, your name, your brand, you know, and if it's not done right, you need to be able to identify what's not done right about it. Alright, let's go back home. Well, I mean, you know, it's just, I appreciate when people are like, look, I'm trying to build my portfolio, or I'm trying to build my, you know, name, or, you know, whatever, and I'm willing to do this for, you know, super low cost or no cost or whatever, and that's great, you know, but I'm still going to pay you because you're doing work, you know, and nobody should work for free. And I was like, I have a guy at work right now. He's one of the best employees I got. He doesn't have a car. He lives about 3.5 miles away from the store, and he walks to work every day. It takes him about an hour and a half to walk to work. I give him rides to and from when I can, just to kind of help out. But at the same time, I can't always be there. But I never have to worry about him showing up. If he's on the schedule, he will be there. And like, if he starts at 2 p.m., he's going to show up probably about 1:15, right? And he gets bored. And so he'll be there, and like 1:30, 1:45, I'll look up and he's like in the back of the store, like putting stuff away or checking out of dates, or just to be busy. And I'm like, dude, stop, go outside, have a cigarette, fucking, I don't go to Home Depot, I don't care, take a walk. He's like, well, I was just trying. I'm like, I know, and I appreciate the help, and it really is helpful, but you're doing it for free, and that's not okay. And if I have the hours on the schedule, I will allow him to clock in early, because I know it gets boring just sitting there, you know, but I'm not gonna, you know, I can't like pay him out of my pocket, and corporate isn't gonna allow the overtime hours just because he happens to show up early. So. Yeah, I mean, you know, and that's the right thing, sweet, and you know, and that's what I tell, like I was saying earlier with hi-fi and everything. I think those are skills that, as a content creator, you need. You know, and that's everybody. You need to know how to not only make your content, but you need to know how to clip it, highlight it, you know, edit it, upload it somewhere else, make verticals, make shorts, make, you know, you need to know about SEO and fucking hashtags and search features, and understand the algorithms of the sites that you're posting on a little bit. And it's a lot. I mean, you're technically doing like 5 or 6 full-time jobs on top of what you're probably already doing as a full-time job in real life. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a lot. And when you start out, you have nobody, unless you have like a family member or a spouse or whatever that is into it as well. You know, you've got to do it all on your own. And it does get hard, you know, and that's why schedules are important. And that's why I hate when I see a lot of new streamers that are like, I need to grow. I want to reach out. I want to get my numbers need to be bigger or whatever. And then I see them go live 5 days a week for 8 hours a day. And I'm just like, cut that shit in half. If you want to go live 5 days a week, fine. Go live for 4 hours, not 8. And then that other 4 hours that you were going to stream for, that's when you go back and watch the VOD, find out, make notes. That's when you make clips. That's when you edit your clips, and when you upload them to TikTok or YouTube or whatever. That's what that time is for. That's when you go hang out in other people's streams and just chat and be a viewer and get people to know you. You know what I mean? Because, yeah, until you have a name like Jacksepticeye or Markiplier or Ninja, nobody's coming to Twitch and putting your name in the search bar. They don't fucking know you exist. You know, it's the harsh truth, but it's the truth. Nobody is looking for you. So you have to let them know that you're there. And if you're streaming all the time, and then you get done streaming and you go eat and you go to bed and you get up and you go to your job and you get home from work and then you go live again and don't do any of that, how the fuck are they going to know you're there? Yeah, Hi-Fi's real big on Reddit, you know, and if you can get, I'm not, I mean, I am on Reddit, but I'm not big in the communities. I just kind of doom scroll it once a week. The mentality's done. Yeah, it really does. But I mean, I've been doing it for years. You know, when I was a writer and I was writing novels and stuff, and I was doing tutorials and video courses and shit for teaching people how to write novels, it was the same thing. I'm like, this is your first novel? Even if you do happen to get it traditionally published, or if you do the self-publishing route or whatever, you're probably not going to sell a whole lot because nobody knows you exist. You know, people go into a bookstore and look for Dean Koontz and Stephen King and, you know, whoever else, right? They aren't there looking for you. Nobody knows your fucking name. And people don't understand that. They're like, well, my book's on the bookshelf, but people will buy it. People aren't looking for it. Same thing with streaming and content creation. People don't know who the fuck you are. They don't know the special way you spell your name. They just don't until they do. Yeah, I mean, it's just how it is. But people overlook that part of it, and they think, well, if I go live, people will show up. Or if I write the book and publish it, people will buy it because it's out there on the shelf. You might, You might sell a couple copies to your mom or to her work friends because she's going to say something to them and make them buy one. But other than that, no. Unless you have, you know, a $10,000 marketing campaign, nah, you're fucked. And that's just how it is, you know. You feel attacked. Well, I mean, yeah. You know, it's like making a website, right? You put that, go to Namecheap or wherever you buy your domain names at, and you put that domain name in there. It's got to be short. It's got to be easy to say, easy to spell, easy to remember. You know, you're going to talk about it in passing, and somebody's going to be like, what's it called? And you're going to be like, oh, it's this 187 character long 19 word fucking 3-hyphens.com. And they're going to be like, oh, okay, cool. And they're never going to come because they're not going to remember that by the time they get home. It's a hard thing to email, you know? It's just, that's just basic marketing. That's basic SEO. That's basic discoverability. You know, you have to be out there. You have to put your name out there. The first step to being noticed is being mentioned. And unfortunately, in this day and age, in this content creation society that we live in, you are the marketing. Yeah. Your name is pretty well out there. Yeah. And that, you know, you have to be the marketing, which means you have to know how. And more importantly, because you can learn along the way, you'll learn what doesn't work or what might work or what does work. You'll learn those things as you do it. You don't need that knowledge before you ever start, but what you do need is the time. And then you have to understand agreements, yeah. Contracts and fucking local, state, and country law, especially if you do business over borders. Like if you have a friend that's willing to do it, but they are in California and you're not, you still have to pay California taxes. And if you don't, you can get fucked. You know? So there's a lot to it. There really is. And it's not just basic networking like it was 20 years ago when you could just take a group of people to lunch and pay for their lunch and hand out business cards. You can still do that, but you know. Or they say wiser. Yeah. I mean, it's fun, and it's a lot, you know, I mean, I think it's fun, and I love it, you know, and I love learning all the little tricks and stuff, and, you know, like with the YouTube algorithm that changes about every 3 months. I don't know it. I know about it. I know what they look for. I know how things are pushed, published, weighted, green listed, you know, evergreened, put on the burner if they're direct search, local search, you know, that kind of thing. But I'm not going to be a master of the YouTube algorithm. That's not what my content is for. I'm never going to go viral because that's not what my content is designed to do. And I know that. You know, I'm not going to post a TikTok of a clip and have 10 million views on it tomorrow. It's not going to happen. You know, my videos eventually, like I have some now that are 30, 50, 60,000 views. It's amazing and I love it. But that's not every video, and it's definitely not happening in the first 48 hours. It's happening over the first 2.5 years. You know, I build evergreen content more often than not. And you know, and I know that going in. I'm not trying to make the next big thing for tomorrow's headlines. I'm making the thing that people in a very small niche are searching for. But that's part of it. You have to learn all of that, you know. And I find that knowledge and learning those things interesting and fun. So I don't mind learning how to use a new editing software or to edit my own videos. I am a team of one. until I don't have to be. And then things will get easier because then I can just record and send shit off. And I can record more because I'm not using those hours to also edit, post, watch, update. You know, it just takes time. You know, like fuck, 5 years ago when I started streaming, I had no YouTube channel. I had no Discord account. I didn't even know what Discord was. Right? I had a $500 Hewlett Packard Office PC that had integrated graphics, not even a separate graphics card. Right? Still using a hard disk drive. One single 14-inch monitor. A USB keyboard and mouse that I still use the PS2 splitter for. That's what I started streaming on because that's what I had. You know? Now I have my office and I have a 8-foot desk and 3 monitors and lights and colors and bots and, you know, I learned all that because I didn't know it when I started, you know. Nobody comes out of the womb and is like, well, I need to learn math, but other than that, I'm a streamer bot expert. Nobody is. Until they are. You pay taxes in 3 states? Yeah. I don't pay taxes. That's because all my clients are overseas and they don't file with the feds. And what they don't know I'm just trying to understand. Yeah, you're a lot like I am, sweet. You're just like, I am interested in this today and I'm going to go learn everything I possibly fucking can about it. And whether I use that information ever again, who knows? But if I need to, I will, and I'll know it. Yeah. I try to learn every day, or at least every week, and, you know, I don't need to be a master of it. I just need a firm understanding of it. And that's where I get my, I fuck school. School's stupid. I didn't learn shit all in school except for what I taught myself anyway. But I was the kid that skipped. I skipped school. High school, especially my sophomore and my junior years, I think I only went to class like probably less than 30 days out of the entire school year. But when I skipped school, I didn't skip school. I skipped going to class. I was at school. I was just in the library reading on shit that I wanted to learn. I could give a fuck about the French Indochina trade routes and, you know, fucking what color fucking chemistry compounds are going to make today. And, you know, I didn't give a shit. That stuff to me was pretty logical. So I would show up on test days, take the test, turn in any homework that I might have done. Teachers didn't care because I had everything and the grades, and, you know, if we had essays and reports, I was in honors classes on my fucking sophomore year. I had everything done before like November. All the syllabus was complete and it was just in my backpack waiting to be turned in. You know, so most of them didn't even care. Most of the teachers knew I would be in the library. You were out selling things? Yeah. 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 My high school made the mistake of giving everybody IDs. And they had a little barcode on them. And if you were in good standing, you get your ID and the barcode would be updated and you could actually leave campus. We had city cops, armed guards, and rent-a-cops patrolling the grounds and everything. It was in a bad neighborhood and it was a huge school. Like my graduating class was almost like 2,000 kids. Like the entire school population was almost 6,000. And we were the small high school in the area out of 5. Right? But we had fences, barbed wire, the metal detectors, the whole all of it. Right? But if you had that badge and you walked out the door and the cop scanned it and it said permission granted by parent and faculty, they let you fucking go. Man, I was in it. I'd go to the library, grab a couple books. I'd fucking leave campus, walk 2 blocks north and hit the fucking Taco Bell until after lunch, come back, turn the books in, get 2 more and go home. That was basically my high school experience. But yeah, so I get that style of learning, teach me something cool, teach me something useful, teach me something that I want to know or don't currently understand, but let me decide what that is. Yeah. Oh, it was great, dude. I mean, I destroyed encyclopedias and fucking reference books and shit in that library. I went through them, and I mean, you've seen my tutorials. I'm a pretty thorough fucking guy, and that hasn't changed since I was itty bitty, so if I got in my head, I want to learn this topic, I learned every fucking thing there was to learn about that topic. Yeah, it's just how it went. Didn't mean to hit my microphone. Get to leave class. Yay. Oh yeah, sitting in a classroom being lectured at or being walked around by the teacher looking over your shoulder while you're doing the classwork. Oh, no. I don't remember a fucking thing I learned in a classroom. You only had 2 in your junior year, yeah. I somehow managed to graduate high school because of my honors classes with a 4.2. I turned down 3 full scholarships, much to my parents' chagrin. I didn't go to college. I went to a semester, but I was like, yeah, no, fuck school, I'm done. I did my requirements, made sure I did good. I'm done. You didn't graduate until you were 20? My daughter didn't either. Yeah. She was 1 credit shy. So mad. I mean, I wasn't like horribly mad because she learns like I do, but she just didn't do enough to make sure that she got the sheepskin, She went back and got it, finished it, so that's all behind her now, but, The over-the-shoulder got you detention a lot. Yeah, I didn't run in those circles. I didn't have a whole lot of friends. And the friends that I did have were like debate team members and chess club members. And, I was on the yearbook staff at one point, but I didn't really do the groups. I did some sports and stuff like that, but my group was really, really small. But they were all studious and shit like me, so they were actually in class. So it's not like we would skip and go to the beach and do things and get drunk, because that's not what we did. We played a lot of Nintendo, a lot of Super Nintendo, a lot of F-Zero. We smoked cigarettes and then fucking played video games and read books. We were cool. That sounds like a southern school. Yeah. Fourth and fifth degrees. Hell yeah, Swampthar. 140 certifications. I don't have that many. I think I have 82 or 83 certifications. Ironically, and this is funny, none of my certifications are computer related. None of them. They're all blue collar. ASE, home repair, multifamily housing, maintenance, fucking casino surveillance, military, have all the electrician stuff from the military, fucking car inspection, car repair, ASEs, fucking HVAC. Yeah. I did have a degree, but it got revoked because the school apparently didn't do everything that they were supposed to do to maintain their accreditability, and so they got discredited, and the years that they got discredited happened to be overlapped with the years that I was there, and I didn't go back until I was like, how old was I? This would have been 2010, 11, and 12, so, you know, not too long ago. But I got my associates in IT administration, and then another one in IT management, or networking, I guess it was. But then, because they lost their accreditation, and I did it all online too, so it wasn't like I didn't go to class, I didn't go to campus, I just did their online classes. And but because they lost their accreditation, the government was like, sorry, basically your fucking degrees are worthless, but here's all your money back, and we're not going to charge you any student loan fees. So all of that got canceled, so that was good, because I never was going to pay it anyway. You're working on your master's doctorate right now? Hell yeah. Dr. Sweet. I love it. But nope. How many do you have? I work with a guy that has 10 kids. All with the same woman. Eight proven. Crazy number, dude. I love sex, but you can keep the trophy. And, you know, I got two that I love very much, and that's enough for me. Her brother has 8. I mean, I come from a very, very large family. My mother's side of my family probably has like 100-something people in it, but can I provide parenting advice? I mean, I'm not a therapist, but or a family counselor. And if you need that level of advice, then I suggest you seek it out, but I can answer questions. I am a parent. There's a lot of parents in this chat on the Twitch side, so you might get a lot. $14, 8, and 8. Jesus. When they don't shut up, is it okay to duct tape them and put them in a closet? No, you have to use rope now. No duct tape because it leaves marks. Good closet choice. Yeah. Gotta make that money. Yeah, kids are fucking expensive, dude. Fucking expensive. I heard they're talking if you, I think it was like in 2022. So if you had a kid in 2022, just the money to support that kid, that would be food, shelter, you know, diapers, clothing, all of that, right? Everything the kid would need to make it from birth to their 18th birthday, not including college, just up to their 18th birthday, is going to cost us, or y'all, or whoever, $2 million per kid. Jesus. That's a lot. Yeah. Wouldn't rope cause rope burn? Only if you leave them enough room where they can maneuver. No. Yeah. It definitely, yeah, definitely not. Especially, I mean, as they get older, they require less, but the less that they require costs more. It's more, you know, they want a tablet or a cell phone now instead of, you know, a teddy bear. But in the beginning, you know, formula, food, diapers, clothing that they outgrow every 6 weeks, you know, is fucking ridiculous. Upfront cost for kids is a fucking lot. Oh yeah, dude. I think what's it? Jimmy Buffett said it best when he said he made enough money to buy Miami, but he pissed it away so fast. Yeah. But it's those small things that just add up over time. You know, you don't think about it. It's not like, oh, I got $2 million in the bank, let's have a kid now. You know, 1 year might only cost you a few grand total for the entire year, and then the next year is going to cost you 30, 40, 50 grand, 60, 100,000, you know, whatever. But still, it's an insane number to think about. All right, Twitch, say goodbye to YouTube. We're going to end it over there. YouTube, thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for the trolls. But we will see you next time. Next Sunday, we'll be back. So, yeah. Twitch says goodbye, and we will see you then. Until then, love, peace, and chicken grease.